Hello and welcome to Cascadia. We are playing Transport Fever 2 in case you didn't notice, and we're playing with a whole bunch of mods this time. The first mod you'll notice is that we've loaded this map using the Fantasia map generator. You can tell we've used that because it just looks absolutely beautiful. I didn't even know this mod existed, but I am so happy that Slinky Ceres suggested that we use it because it's great. Honestly, it is. This isn't the only mod we're using loads, too many for me to name. Probably the most likely one that we'll encounter early on is Industries Expanded. As you can see, there are a whole bunch of industries. It's going to take us a lot of time to, well, first of all, just get used to them. It is going to make the game probably a lot more complex. Another thing that is going to make this hard is the fact that we're starting in 1850. If I scroll down to game here, you'll notice the game difficulty is very hard. The main problem you have with starting in 1850 is we're limited to horse and carts, boats, and some very primitive trains, and they cost a fortune and are not really worth it. If we're doing anything by horse and cart, if you just have a journey that is like a one-way journey, on the way back, you would end up losing so much money that it makes the line not profitable anymore. So it's really important that we get our lines right. What we're going to have to do is try to find a line that we can set up where we can have our horse and carts or our boats or our trains picking up materials for both legs of the journey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look around to find an industry that suits us to start with, and then I'll come back to you and we'll set the line up together. I think I very well may have found a good place to start. We've got a stone quarry down here in Boreham Wood, and then we've also got a construction materials plant literally right over the river, and also Boreham Wood wants construction materials. So this little setup here may just get us started. Now, what I'm thinking is we can get a boat to go across here and then just get some horse and carts to go into Boreham Wood. Eventually, what I would like to do is get bricks also coming up here to South Shields. The only issue I've got with that is I don't have anything that I can take back down to the construction materials plant. But because this is quite a short route, I think we may be able to get away with it. So I'm going to set that up first, and we'll see how that one goes. If we start making a profit off that, we'll start to branch out and look for some different industries that we can work on. What I have done while I've been looking around for industries is if you press delete, I've got developer mode on, and if I press delete and hold shift, I can actually delete the industries that we've currently got. And what that will do is when I run the game, it will replace those industries. So there was a food processing plant here, which was quite a main food processing plant. It was quite a good one. It was the one where you can process things like meat, or you can process like the coffee into food. So it's quite a good one, but it was like right here in just the worst place possible because there's nothing else around it that we could have used to produce the food. Anyway, let's get into building this quarry and construction materials line over here. So the first thing we're going to need is a cargo harbour. We're going to need one on both sides, and I'm going to try to put this probably somewhere where it looks right. Well, actually, this is quite flat, so anywhere around here is probably fine. Let's just place that right there. Yep, that should be good. I'm trying to place these with expansion in mind, and then over this side, I'm literally just going to have it cross straight over. Right there. Now, I could bring it down. Could I bring it down here? I could, but I mean, it doesn't link up with the water if I do that. Let's bring it there. And now I need to get some streets just to join those up. And I do have Better Roads mod. So the Better Roads mod just recolors the roads, and it looks way better actually. So I'm quite pleased about that. I really like the road color. Anyone who's watching my City Skyline series will notice that I've done the same thing in City Skylines because the grey roads, they look better when it's just a little bit darker, in my opinion. All right, now if I click on these, hopefully this will go white. Yes, it will. Does the same thing happen the other side? Yes, so we know that those two are connected because they're connected up to that. Now what we're going to need on this one is a regular truck stop, and we can just put this anywhere along this road really. There we go. That'll do. And we're going to use that to bring construction materials into Boreham Wood. Boreham Wood's quite small. This is going to be quite an interesting city, actually, because there's not much room for it to develop. I'm wondering if it will come out like along the coastline. That would be really cool. So I'm just going to put a regular truck stop in here, I think. And if I do it somewhere like right there, that should pick up all of the commercial and industrial needs for this town. So I'll plop that right there. And then all we need to do is create the lines, and also we need to get in some road depots and some shipyards. So the road depot I will put right there, and then the shipyard I'll put over on this side, I think. I'll put it there like that. All right, let's work on the lines. Now, I haven't really thought about how I'm going to label my lines this series. I want to do a little bit better than I did last series, though. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm still going to use the letter for the type of transport. And then I'm just literally going to put, so this is going to take stone to construction materials. So I'm literally just going to do stone and then construction, or bricks, stone to bricks. Maybe I should do it like this. There we go, stone to bricks. And I am going to make this line red. So we know that the red line is bricks. Then I'm going to do another line that's going to go from this truck stop into this truck stop. And again, this one is going to be called L for lorry. And this one is just going to be bricks. And then we're going to use Boreham Wood. And I think that will work just fine. I don't want to overcomplicate things. I probably should have put the name of the... No, it's okay, because I'm actually using the tool where I can just zoom in on, you know, the actual place and pick the line out. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's see, what are we going to do? So we need to pick up bricks, and then at this station we need to drop off just everything. We'll wait for full loads of bricks, and then on the boat line we're going to be picking up stone and dropping off stone. We'll just say drop off everything there. That should do just fine. So that's two really quick lines. They're really simple. I don't think... I'm not sure what the horse and cart line is going to do, because I'm not sure if that is going to be profitable. But I think the boat probably will be, because boats tend to send over a lot of resources all at once. So we can just hope. So let's buy a boat. So this one goes 16 miles per hour. And it can do a capacity of 70. Per year, it costs 91,000. This one is a little bit cheaper, same capacity, a little bit slower. Actually carries people as well, which is quite interesting. Yeah, that one's okay. What's this one like? So this one's 14 miles an hour again. Higher storage capacity, but also costs more per year. What I'm going to do, I'm quickly going to get my calculator out. You won't be able to see this, guys, because it's on a different screen. But so this one will do 90, and it costs 97 per year. And it should get there. It should take just as long to get there, because it's 14 miles per hour, and so is this one. I'm not comparing this one because it's hard. You can't compare speed with capacity. Oh, well, you can, but you'd have to be better at maths than I am. So this will do 70 and cost us 75,000. So let's quickly work that out. So 75,706 divided by 70 equals 1,081. So that's $1,081 pounds. 1,081 pounds for every one piece of cargo. 1,081. Remember that. And then this one is 97,337. Divide that by 90, and that equals exactly the same. Literally exactly the same. 1,081. It doesn't really matter which one I pick, because the price per load is exactly the same. So I think I'll just go with longevity then. What's the emissions on this? 80. The emissions on that is 84. But that's a small boat, and this is a large boat. So actually, for the sake of not having to overbuild our dockyard, probably the smaller boat is the better option in this case. Let's do one of those for now. So we're going to put that onto that brick line there. And then how many bricks does Boreham Wood need? 24. And now horses carry how much? 4. Okay, so that's easy. So 5, 6. So 6 horses would get us enough bricks to Boreham Wood. So let's start with 6, and we'll put that on the brick line. It depends on what the frequency is and everything, but we'll just use basic maths to start. Okay, with that line set up, let's play the game and hope for the best. And I haven't used too much of my budget here, so fingers crossed this will still be beneficial. Maybe I should speed it up a little bit more. While that's playing, I wonder if any of these cities, not the cities, I wonder if any of the industries that I've just deleted are going to pop up somewhere new. I hope they do, because where they were just was not very good. I do plan later on in the series on making Potton probably quite a central hub, because it's kind of in the middle of the map, and there's a load of space here for me to make like a distribution hub. Also, like something by here where I have like a harbour this side, a harbour this side, some train tracks going up here. It all kind of will look good. Oh, I could even do like a main line that comes down here. Where else could I do a main line? Could I do like a diagonal main line? Do cities line up? Oh, they do. Look, I could go from Yeadon to Corbridge to Potton to Willenhall and up to Thorn. That would be quite interesting. All right, so Boreham Wood is receiving its bricks now, and it's getting about half of what it wants. I think we could probably up the amount of horse and carts that we have here. So I'm actually going to do that because, yeah, this building is getting maxed out. So if we go to manage vehicles, and I'm literally going to double them. I think double will be fine. I'm not sure if that was a great idea, but I mean, we'll try. 144 stored, so this has got plenty stored up. I don't think it's going to grow. If you look, we've actually got a lot more industry levels here as well, guys. So this was one of the mods that I'm using, and it produces this. So this factory has potentially room to grow. Oh, what's that? Waste management facility. So this takes in waste and turns it into steel. That's interesting. And we've actually got a tool factory right here that takes steel. And we've got Huntington right there that needs tools. Anyone else need tools? Yeah, South Shields needs tools, but once again, that's a long way to go for your tools, especially when they've got this there. If we could get like a logging area here, then we could get a really simple line set up for South Shields there. Okay, it's just a waiting game now. I want to wait and see and make sure that this is profitable before we move on to the next thing. Eden Farm, where's that? That's there. Nothing else around it, so that's no good. We don't really need that one. I'm thinking maybe I should start setting up some intercity transport links. This looks like a good candidate for that, actually. Can't believe I just... Oh, look, Right, so we've got tools, and both of these places need tools. That's really interesting. I just need to get them logs, though. Where can I get them logs from? Oh, I could get them logs from Huntington, but that's a huge way to take logs. Unless I then bring tools. Oh, I could bring tools back down to Huntington, though. So we could do logs, which go up to here. And then the logs will get sent over to South Shields Sawmill. From South Shields Sawmill, the... what's it called? The planks will go to the tool station, the tool factory. And then from the tool factory, we'll get it into South Shields, and we'll also get it on a boat and back down to Huntington. Now that has potential. It's quite a complex line to set up, but it definitely has potential. It could even pick up bricks on the way past. So it could pick up logs and bricks and bring them up here. I think the issue with that is the bricks probably wouldn't have space on the boat because the logs are going to just take up all of the space on the boat, I'd imagine. It turns out that these boats are not making us enough money to proceed, so we're going to keep them running because they're not running at too much of a deficit. Some years they're even making a profit, but it's just not enough to sustain our operation at the moment. So we need to do something more, and I figured out what we can do. Now it's a little bit complex, so stay with me, but I think it should work. So the problem is we're trying to figure out what we can do to actually fulfill town's needs. I think this solution will do that. It will also just be making one sort of trip just for the sake of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down here, and from Huntingdon Forest, we're going to take logs all the way up this river, and we're going to drop them off over here at South Shields. Now I've added a port here ready for this. From South Shields port, it's going to get trucked. Eventually I'm going to build a road that goes around this way and links up to this road here. But for now, I'm just going to link it up to the town and let it take the existing pathway to the logs, to the sawmill. From the sawmill, it's going to go to the tool factory, and then from the tool factory, it's going to be coming back to South Shields port, but it's also going to be delivered to South Shields and to Rochdale. So South Shields and Rochdale should get their tool needs fulfilled from this little journey. Although I do think that we're probably not going to be able to like max it out. I just think they'll be getting some tools, probably not as many as they actually want. When the boat gets to South Shields, it's going to drop off tools, and then it's going to come over here to the Rochdale fishery. From the fishery, it's going to pick up fish, obviously. Then it's going to come all the way back down here, and it's going to drop fish off at the Huntingdon meat processing plant. Now that meat isn't actually going to go anywhere. So we're going to be delivering it, but this factory isn't going to be operational. It will just start earning us money. It's a bit of a cheat, but well, it's not really a cheat, it's in the game. But it will still take the fish, even if it's not delivering to any of the cities, I hope. Can't really do much from there because the meat, to use that, I'd need to get it all the way up to here. And we can do that eventually. And actually, knowing that it's actually on this river, that will probably be the next thing that we set up. We'll probably get meat up to this factory, because from that factory then we can get food to Gainsborough. And anywhere else that needs food, really, because we could even come back down this river, because we're going to be going there anyway. So we could even bring food back this way to Boreham Wood. Oh, everything is clicking. Everything is clicking. Because, yeah, so eventually we'll get that meat up to that factory. We'll get some food to Gainsborough, and then we'll also get food back down here to Boreham Wood before going back to the food factory. And that should be a profitable line. So I think that may work. But anyway, in the meantime, before we set that up, that's going to be the completed line. So it's going to drop off fish here at Huntingdon Meat Processing Plant. Then it's going to go back over to the logs, and it's going to pick those up and take them back down there and repeat the route. With the tools that are going to be made here that are going to South Shields and to Rochdale, we're also going to put some onto a boat that is going to come down here to Huntingdon, because Huntingdon needs tools. So I've set up a harbour here at Huntingdon, and they're going to drop off tools there. Then that boat is going to be coming back up this way. So hey, why not stop for some bricks? So we're going to pick up bricks, and we're going to take them up to South Shields to complete the line. And then same thing happens again. So we'll get the tools here. They're going to come down. And yeah, so basically on every leg of the journey, bar a couple of little stop-offs in between, our boats are going to have actual things in them. which is the key to making this plan work. By the way, I should probably pause this game because I'm losing money by the second. So that's what I'm going to do. I've set up all of the harbours that I need to. The only thing I need to do now is to create the lines, get the boats and the horse and carts, which I'm going to need for this final phase of the journey here. Then, and I also need to set up a road. So let's set up the road together, because one thing I really am keen to do with this series is to make everything look as realistic as possible. So we're going to have this road. It's going to come actually along the side of this. So if we go like that, there we go. So that's the first step in our road. Now it's very steep. I think that's still within the realms of realistic. But now this road is going to have to get up here somehow, and we can't just go straight up because that is just not how it would be done. It would probably curve around a little bit. Probably something like... how do we make this look as good as we can? Maybe something like that. we needed to link up to that road there. So this is kind of on the right trajectory to do that. I'm thinking that is not great. It probably wouldn't happen like that in real life. Maybe this. Yeah, that looks more realistic because you'd have a bank this side, but then that side would be more gradual. I think that's what it would look like in real life. So we'll keep that. I'm very keen to make sure that we're trying to be as realistic as possible about all of this series. I need that to link up there. So if I do something like that, and then we can grab a straight road from there probably. Oh, it doesn't quite link up properly, does it? Let's stick with the curvy roads then. There we go, and that'll do it. So what's going to happen now? So from there, the trucks will come around here and then they'll use this back road. Now, I do think I should make a shortcut here. How much is it going to cost to do that? 22 grand. Can I afford that? I think in the long run I can, because it will take them ages to get around this corner. It really will, because these horse and carts are not quick. With that set up, I think we're probably good to go. Oh, one more thing. We're going to need a truck station here. And I'm going to set up that truck station up on top of the hill. And the truck station is going to need 2 platforms, because it's going to have one to receive... Oh, hang on, wait. We're going to be receiving bricks and we're going to be receiving logs here. And then we're also going to be dropping off tools. So we're probably going to need 3 platforms in total. And we need to make sure that they still link up. I think that links... Is that linking? I think it is. As long as it gets to that white bit, we're good. So let's do that. Okay, so let's think now about this line. Where do we need to start from? We'll start with the logs. So I've got a little harbour set up here. Let's get our line tool and we're going to do a new line. We're going to go from the logs up to there. Then from there over to the fish. Then from the fish over to here. There we go. That's quite a good line. So the only times where this boat doesn't have anything on it is this little journey across here and then this little journey right here. So that's pretty good. So from Huntington Forest, we're picking up logs and we're going to do a full load of logs. From South Shields Port, we're just going to be dropping off the logs. From Rochdale Fishery, we're going to be picking up a full load of fish. And from Huntington Meat Processing Plant, we're going to be dropping off a full load of fish. All right, that line is set up. What should we call this line? It's going to be B for boat. That's a definite. And maybe just B for boat and then logs and fish. Logs and fish. And we'll make this, we can make it brown for logs, or I'm tempted to make it more of a blue colour for the fish and also for the tools. So I'll make it blue. All right. So the first line is set up. Quite simple. The next line we're going to do is going to go from South Shields Harbour, because we're picking up tools. We're going to go down to Huntingdon to drop off those tools. And then we're going to pick up bricks on the way back. And so this is going to be a tools and a brick line. So we're going to call this B, tools and bricks. And what colour shall we do this? So tools is blue, bricks is red. So what does that make? Purple? Blue and red? It's all like a purpley colour, isn't it? Am I going mad here? Yeah, let's do this as purple then. Okay, so from South Shields Port, we're going to be picking up tools. I don't know if we should wait for a full load of tools or whether we should just go with what we can get. At Huntington Port, we're going to be dropping off tools. And then at Borehamwood Port, we're going to be picking up bricks. And I will wait for a full load of bricks because I feel like we're probably going to have plenty of those. So we'll get a full load there. And then also back at South Shields Port, we're going to be dropping off those bricks, aren't we? So let's add those in there. Right, so that's 2 quite complex lines. Now, the last thing that we need to do is add in the cart lines to South Shields. Yeah, the cart lines to those 2 places. So I'm going to need to get, for this, I'm going to want a truck stop, probably as far down this road as I can get it. We're only going to need 2 platforms, one to drop off the logs and one to pick up the planks. There we go. Oh, we're running out of money, so let's just quickly borrow a bit extra. how far away can we get this? We'll put it there because sometimes if you put things a little bit, like if I put this at the edge of its radius, sometimes it doesn't actually link. So I'm going to bring it in just a touch. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same over here. But at this one now, we're going to be picking up tools. One for South Shields, one for Rochdale, and one for Huntingdon. So that's 3 lots of tools we're going to need picked up, and 1 lot of planks we're going to need dropped off. So let's do that. And where's the best place to put this? I'm thinking if I do it here, let's just say there, and then we can configure this, and we'll put street access at the back. But maybe we'll extend these cargo ports a little bit more first. Wow, this costs us a lot. We probably shouldn't do that, but it's too late. It's done now. I'm kind of investing here because I think this is going to work. Usually, at the beginning of the game, on a hard game like this, I definitely wouldn't be investing as much as I am right now. Now, is this looking realistic? Probably not. It would probably curve around a lot more and just meet this main road. All right, now it's just getting the lines set up for that. Oh, also, we need, though, the truck stops for in the city. So we're going to need to be dropping off both bricks and tools over here. So we can probably do that. What's the easiest way to do that? So bricks, we're going to come up. I guess we'll just do it here. No, there. We'll do it there. Okay, and then at Rochdale, where do we need the tools? We need them right at the beginning, so that's quite ideal because I'll just put this there. Okay, and Huntingdon, I believe, where's it to? It's down here. Huntingdon, I think this station gets everything, apart from these 2 right at the very back. So it's not going to get that one, but I'll let it off. That one's fine. We won't worry about that one. I spoke to the owner of that property and they said they're going to move. So there we go. We're sorted there. Okay, now it's just the lines for those. We'll start with the brick line. That's going to go from that station to that station. And that's just going to be called L for lorry, South Shields, and we're going to do bricks. Is that the right way around? No, it should be bricks, South Shields. I was struggling with that then for a second. Okay, so that brick line there, and then we're going to just unload at that one. That's fine. Full load. We'll make that red, just a deeper red, so it matches up with those ones. I actually think that's still the wrong red. I think it's this red, isn't it? I don't know. I can't tell. I think it's fine. I think it's that one. Not that this matters. And then we're going to need a line that goes from here over to there, and then to there, and then actually back to there. So from South Shields East, we're going to be loading up on logs. We're also going to be unloading tools here. We're going to do full loads. Then up our South Shields, we're going to be dropping off logs. We're going to be loading up on planks, but we're not going to be doing full loads of planks because we should only get half the planks to the amount of wood that we put there. At South Shields Tool Factory, again, we're just going to... I just had a moth fly at my head. Oh my God. At South Shields Tool Factory, we're going to be dropping off the planks and picking up the tools. And again, we're not going to wait for full loads here. The main full load line is going to be for the logs. So we've got tools and bricks. Okay. So we're going to call this one South Shields L. South Shields. I can't spell South Shields for the life of me, by the way. It's troubling me because I keep thinking it's one word and it's not. South Shields tools. Yeah, we'll just do that. It's got all the tools and stuff, and we'll do that color. Yeah, I guess that'll be okay. Okay, so there's South Shields tools in. That is going to... So that's taking logs, converting them to planks, converting planks to tools, taking tools back to the depot. I'm also going to want to pick up tools and take them to South Shields. Oh, could I make this more productive if I... let's see. I'm just wondering if I could make this more productive by dropping off... I'm not sure. I'm going to say no. I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, so I might make this better later on. It needs more brain power than I have at the moment. So the L, South Shields Tools. And actually, I shouldn't call this South Shields Tools, should I? I should call this... this is actually going to be... What's the name of that town? Huntington Tools. There we go. And South Shield Tools. That's going to be picking up the tools and dropping off the tools. Okay, and actually for this, I am going to do full loads. And I'll just make sure that there's not so many on here that it's just not going to be beneficial. So there's South Shields, and then one more. It's going to go from there up to Rochdale. And again, we're going to do L, Rochdale, Tools. Guys, let me know in the comments if you like me sort of figuring out these lines with you. For me, I feel like this is the main part of the game, is actually doing the lines, which is why I like to show you guys them. But if you prefer me just to watch me doing like the building and the, you know, the pretty stuff, I can understand that as well. So just let me know and I'll make adjustments for you. So tools, we're going to be picking up tools at that one. We're going to be waiting for a full load most definitely. And then we're going to be unloading at that one. I don't think that this line is actually going to be profitable because it's too far away. I genuinely believe that that line is too far away for it to be profitable. So we'll see if it is. And if it isn't, I might cut supply to Rochdale just because it's not worth wasting. Because it's a long journey back without having anything on it. And I don't like that, really. Yeah, too long a journey. But we'll see. We're going to try it out for now. And we'll just come back and adjust it if we need to. Okay, what's the most important line to set up first? Probably this boat line. That is going to go from here, from there up, you know, all of that jazz. So let's get... Now, I don't want to keep using these, but I'm going to get another shipyard up here. Just because it's closer to the action. Pop that there. We're going to buy a boat. I'm going to need some more money for this, definitely. I'm going to take out like another 2 mil. Maybe even more than that. So let's do this one. We're going to need... I'm going to do this boat again. I'm going to get 2 for... I'm going to get 4. Is that ambitious? Probably. I'm going to get 4 and I'm going to place them all on the logs to fish line. And then I'm going to buy another vehicle. Well, I've only got room for 1. I've only got enough money for 1. And I'm going to put that on the tools and bricks line. Because I feel like that doesn't need to have as many. We'll see. I mean, how many tools and bricks does this need? 36 of each. Yeah, I could probably make do with that. That's probably fine. And then I'm going to need some horse and carts for here. So we're going to buy a road depot. Put that on the outskirts of town right here. And we're going to buy just as many horse and carts as we can. It's not many. Let's buy more. Let's borrow. I really hope this pays off, because if it doesn't, then I've just wasted an awful lot of money. Okay, there's that one. We're going to buy as many as we can. Maybe not. That's overkill, right? Don't know. Let's just buy 40. That's only a mil. 40 horses for a mil. That's not bad. So we're going to do the bulk of these. So 20 of them, I think. Maybe 15, having said that. Yeah, we'll do 15, and we're going to put those on the bigger tool line. Then we're going to do 10 on, if I just do shift click, that will work on it. We're going to put 10 then on South Shields Tools, and the rest on Rochdale Tools. Now, Rochdale Tools has the wrong colour line, and I can't be dealing with that. So let's quickly change that to a blue line for tools. Right, now it's time to just watch this play out and hope for the best. So cross your fingers, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I've quickly paused the game because the first of our boats is about to arrive at, what's it called, South Shields. I'm going to have to change that name. It's really bugging me. South Shields is too many S's. So this is the first boat with 70 logs on it. The second boat also has, not 70 logs on apparently. This boat has 70 logs and also that boat has 70 logs. So we're about to see if this line is going to be profitable for us. I hope we make like at least 200,000 or something, or 500,000, or just something obscene. Okay, typically I've got my HUD turned off. Let's turn that on so that we can see what this is actually going to make for us. So we missed that one. Turns out, oh, why didn't it drop off the logs? Oh no, it did drop off the logs. Okay. Oh, it did make a lot of money. Finances, yeah, it made about like 300k. It made a huge amount of money. It literally made 323,000. That's fantastic. So this one's also going to make 323,000 then. And that is going to have... We're going to need to expand this. Yep. 323,000 a trip. That's fantastic. I'm going to configure this because we're going to run out of room here really quickly. Again, I need to borrow money. It's frustrating. Okay, let's do... configure. We'll pop this on there and we'll also just make this a little bit longer. There we go. Well, that was 3 boats and they all made a hell of a lot of money. And then they're going over to the fish port. This one's already picked up fish. Oh yes, and it's already got a full load of fish as well. This may become a very profitable line for us. I'm very excited. I did actually go ahead and buy an extra 2 boats because I realized that like this is maxed. This really is maxed. I could even buy more, and I probably will. As soon as I get more money, I'll buy more. I could have just like a constant convoy of boats coming down here, and it would probably make me a 10. But we'll see. We've got to wait until they get back and complete a full route, really, before I can determine if they're going to make us any money or not. And here comes the first of the boats with the fish. Again, the finances for this, they're not looking great. I'm not sure if we're going to actually make a profit off this in the long run, because it takes like several years for them to get up and down this river. It's such a long journey for them. How much are they going to make off that? 300,000 off that as well. So it's 300,000 each way, but I'm just not sure if that's actually going to end up breaking even in the long run, because it costs what, 75,000 per year. Yeah, I'm just not sure if that's going to do it for us. Okay, I'm an absolute idiot because I ended up putting too many vehicles on the wrong line. So if I go to my lines, I think I've got 15 on that one, 15 on that one, and 10 on that one. Did I just not put any on the bricks line? I don't think I did. Okay, that would explain it. All right, manage vehicles. Let's go over here and buy some more then. We'll buy, let's just say 10. And we'll put those on the brick line. Can't believe I missed that. I was wondering why it wasn't picking up bricks, and then it dawned on me. I'm also going to buy another like 20, or as many as I can. How many can I buy? 10? Okay, another 10. I'm going to put those on the circular line here as well, because we don't have enough ultimately. Look, it's just too many logs. Can't deal with it. We do have tools to go back down the other way now, but only 7, so it's not particularly great. Oh, here we go. Now we've got bricks being stored here. Great. Okay, things are starting to work again. Phew. I've finally started making a profit. It has taken far too long. far too long. But if we look at my finances now, for the last 3 years, not including this one because this year's just started, for the last 3 years, I've turned over a profit, and this year I actually made some investments. That's why it's a little bit lower. But we're kind of getting a steady income stream now from our water source. We're getting roughly about £2 million of ticket sales, and the vehicle maintenance is roughly about £1 million per year. So we're kind of doubling that, which is great. Really, really good. I'm happy to see that. The road is doing okay-ish. We're getting quite close to maintenance costs to tickets. We're sort of almost breaking even at that point. The issue is actually just the infrastructure, so roads and things, and that costs a bit of money, so we can't do very much about that, to be honest. But I'm pretty happy. I've been waiting quite a while for this to to actually get to breaking even. It's taken a lot of tinkering, and as you can see, we've been going up and down. Basically, this year, well, we can't really tell when it was because everything is the first of the first 1850 because I've paused the date progression. But I made a lot of investment this year, as you can tell, and it actually paid off because the subsequent years we started turning regular profits, and the losses were quite close, as you can tell, with the exception of this year, which is what's making up for the deficit of the year before. I've started paying back my loan ever so slowly. I've already paid $1 million back, and I'm currently sat with 800,000 in the bank. So we're sitting in a really good place, guys. Ultimately, I upped the amount of boats that were going from the logs up over to the tools line over here. I'm probably going to continue to increase that because I think if we click on the logs, look, we've got 500 logs waiting there to be shipped, and also here there's 300 logs, and actually too many logs that are waiting to be transported over to the planks line. Now I already have something like, let me click on this line, manage vehicles. I already have 70 vehicles on this line, and to be honest, I could do with more. So I've got 20 highlighted. I'm going to literally take this up to 100, and we'll see where that gets us. Okay, so now we have 100 vehicles transporting logs over to up at the South Shields. Yeah, look, we're only getting like 23% of the transport there, so it's definitely worth doing. The other thing is the bricks line. I've actually added an extra boat onto this line because we've got 301 bricks here that are waiting to be transported up to this cargo harbour and taken into South Shields, which is doing pretty good, by the way, on the bricks. But I can't increase the amount of boats until we start getting more tools here. Now, that's going to take a little while because we need all of these logs to be converted into tools, ultimately. And that's taking time. But we'll get there. We definitely will get there. I do think now I've got enough money probably to invest in a road that goes from here and comes sort of along this coast. So I'm going to do that and yeah, just see if that actually helps with the profitability of this line. So we're going to grab a road. We're going to come from here. And we're going to bring that across this ridge. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. And now from here, I think I'm going to go... Oh, we don't want it to go up that much. We're going to curve this around ever so slightly because I want it to meet up with the intersection that we've already set up. There we go, just like that. That's what I want. So I'm thinking that hopefully will cut out some journey time as opposed to having to go through here. Just on the way back I'm on about. So on the way back they've got to go down there and then up there and then across. But I think that should be quicker. We'll see. Hopefully that'll take some time off. We'll know if it is quicker if we start seeing the band, well, the horses move down here. And they are. So it must be quicker. Perfect. Alright guys, so now that we are making some progress and finally making a profit, I think here is a good enough place to end the episode. But before you go, on your way out, please remember to leave a like if you enjoyed this, and if you made it this far, I'm guessing you did. Also, leave me some comments for what you'd like to see in this series. I do plan to make some main lines that go actually in multiple directions. I'm going to have probably one that goes up this way and one that goes down the middle of the map. I'm also going to make a little hub here eventually. So that's going to happen regardless of what you say in the comments. But if you've got any hints or tips for me, let me know. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all very much for watching. I'm Gwent Gamer. Goodbye.